And we are live. What is
No,
up,
we're
people?
not.
Thank you. What is up, people of the internet? That is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful July 7th, 2026.
Are we
I
though?
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and as you can tell, we're joined by Real Texan, or not Real Texan, good lord,
I am not real
Tyrone.
Texan. What the fuck, man? How much more betrayal can I take?
Oh my gosh,
Thank
sorry.
you, Rap. Thank you,
Uh,
Rap. Very cool.
No, sorry. It's Tyrone. I'm sorry about that. That was an honest mistake. Well, we had another very eventful day as it pertains to Maine, and we got a little bit of news out of Iran. But listen, we've been on this
Nothing
rabbit
burgers
hole.
out of Iran.
Yeah, all that happened is a ship got attacked, and yeah, it's a serious thing. I think they'd abandoned ship, but then we struck back. This has happened like 20 times now. This is not.
Okay, look, let's just roll the intro. Go straight into
Yeah,
Maine.
we'll
I
get
don't
to
really
that.
have much time. I just spent 3 hours writing a fucking 1,000-word article because my commanding officer is a fucking asshole. I don't want to deal
Anyways.
with that shit.
But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. All great ways. Yeah, great ways to support the content. And you can send super chats via the chat. I will read through as much as chat as possible. But usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. And we got a couple super chats to read. Cake up for 5. Rap, did you see Giannis's and Milwaukee's official goodbyes? Gives emotional chills. I also recommend watching the conversation with Jim Pisaki. Yeah, I did see the Milwaukee goodbye for Giannis. It sucks he's going, but it was inevitable. Cake up for 2. Late USMNT politics. You let Belgium score again. Yeah, we will not talk with a soccer team. That was embarrassing. But hey, we made it to the round of 16 or whatever it's called. So, Cake up for 5. Rap late to his 11:30 streams. I'll be streaming at 5 p.m. Central Time now. Also, Rap continues to still be late despite having a 5.5 hour buffer. Yeah, I know,
So
I'm a little bit late.
true.
Random
Hey
Polish,
guys, look. To be fair, he was busy.
yeah. Random Polish guy for 10. He's looking like, oh, good lord. It's looking like Plattner's stupid enough to stay in. El Sad looks like they're gonna lock up the nomination. We're looking at a wash of the Senate. Also, you and the guys are my bright spot on my day. God bless. Thank you so much, random Polish guy. Prince is rated for 5. There's real fear inside Democrat circles that Plattner won't drop till after the deadline to screw them over. They're planning legal action if needed. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second because my opinion on the whole Plattner stuff changed in the last day. We all thought he was going to drop out yesterday, like a 90% chance. Now I'm not so certain. We got to get to that though. JB for 10. I was half memeing when saying Mills was their best option, but now Jackson has abuse scandals too, and now she really is their only hope for it not to be a complete blowout. Yeah, so we got to talk about Maine again, and I kind of thought we were done talking about Maine because we just kind of assumed.
It gets worse. It just gets worse. I mean, it gets worse for Democrats.
Yeah.
It gets better for us.
This is hilarious. This is the funniest outcome possible. So, Graham Plattner's campaign. Like, you see articles like this. This is from Politico, and this is real. They're canceling fundraisers. They're pulling down ads, and it looks like he's dropping out. But at the same time, as that's happening, we're getting reports from some people in the campaign. They're actually going to double down. They're actually considering actually staying in. So, yeah, let me pull this up. Just today, there was allegedly a new campaign position for hire in the Plattner campaign. Let me pull this up. Yeah, right here. Graham Plattner campaign posts brand new urgently hiring research director job today. Focus on building comprehensive defense strategies.
I'm sorry. It's so fucking funny.
He's gonna stay in the race, isn't he?
He's gonna stay in the race. He's going to flip the bird to the establishment, especially because Bernie is now throwing him under the bus. Which, by the way, the funniest reoccurring thing in American politics are Bernie bros continuously getting fucking shafted by the establishment, and Bernie just deals with it.
Yeah, and Bernie joins in.
I will never not get tired of the fact that Bernie just loves to throw his own supporters under the bus. It is so fucking funny to me.
Yeah. Mr. M for 2. Is McConnell confirmed dead or no? No, but I still think he is. I don't care what Jennings has to say. I think
they're running damage control.
Yeah.
They're running damage control. That's what it is.
If he's alive, he's barely conscious. That's my
Toki
opinion.
Unreal. I need Amy and Himari as the suits. Sorry, I'm doing crafting right now for Blue Archive.
Random Polish guy for 5. We're in a race to the bottom politics. Democrats are fully losing their mind, and we don't know if the turtle's still alive. God, we're really setting the best. Yeah. McConnell, I think he might be alive, but like he's on his deathbed. That's my take. Maybe. We'll see in the next couple of days, but
We'll see.
The whole thing's sketchy. But the Plattner stuff is just. So these idiots are actually considering staying in the race. And look at the New York Times article. They asked a bunch of voters, did you hear about this? And they're all saying, yeah, Plattner stays in the race. We're going to back him 100%. That's the Democrat base right now. They're so deranged. They don't even care that Plattner has all these scandals, that everybody is saying, oh, it's going to get a lot worse. These people become so deranged. They're saying, no, Plattner is better than Collins. So we're going to vote for Plattner no matter what. So, there's a chance his campaign is so delusional, they may actually stay in this thing. Which at that point, you know what would happen if Plattner stayed in? You know what would happen?
Susan Collins wins by 10.
She wins by probably a lot more than that, honestly. Because there's rumors that if he doesn't drop out, a bunch of Democrats are going to endorse her. That's the rumor. So,
do you also see Jared Golden said he might run?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Democrat Party, you would beg for him to run, but you know they're not going to pick him.
They're not going to do that because they threw him under the bus.
Yeah, remember what they threatened his family? They threatened his family. It's just like, dude, you serious? The one moderate Democrat that could win that seat, and you throw him under the bus, and you try to say, oh, he's a Republican, he's a Trump supporter. It's like, really? It's stupid.
Of course they would.
American Nerd for 6. Plattner's campaign's blown up like the White House was in the movie Independence Day, except it's less shocking and more funny. Awesome movie, by the way. Yeah, that's a good movie. But yeah, it's kind of funny where now this entire thing has just grown so out of control. Democrats can't do a damn thing about it. They need Plattner himself to drop out because, okay, Prince Ryder suggested they take legal action. What can they really do? If Plattner stays in the race, what can they really accomplish?
They can't do anything.
I mean,
that's just it. They can't do anything about it, bro.
They may try. They knowing the Maine Supreme Court, they probably try something, but I don't know.
They do not have it.
Yeah, Object Clay's Kidder for 5. Are Democrats going to have to cycle where they don't nullify primary and replace a candidate and protect the Democrat process they claim to uphold? No, they won't. This is the modern day Democrat Party. They don't like a candidate, they throw them under the bus. So
yeah. Remember what we told you back when this happened in 24. This sets an incredibly dangerous precedent going forward, because if they can bag their fucking presidential nominee, then they could do that with any fucking candidate they want. Graham Plattner got almost 3/4 of the primary vote in Maine.
Yeah.
You are directly nullifying the wishes of nearly 75% of your voters by replacing him. No, the democratic process demands you be held accountable. The fact that they held on to this shit for so long and continued to run him and nominated him, and now that they're concerned, that is their fault. The Maine Democratic Party deserves to suffer for this. We didn't withdraw Mark Robinson. We're not withdrawing Ken Paxton. Sure, the Republican Party is far more inept and not nearly as centralized and coordinated as the Democrat Party. But there's something to be said about Republicans actually owning up to their fuck-ups versus the Democrats just saying fuck you to all of their voters.
Yeah, what percent did Biden get in 2024? I'm actually curious. I can't remember. Did Plattner get more of the vote than Biden did? Let's see. 2024.
In Maine?
No, in general for the primary.
In general, Biden got 87% of the primary vote in 2024.
Let's see here, because there are some states he really shat the bed in.
14,183,228 votes. 87% of the primary.
Let me find this. 2024.
Which, by the way, uncommitted got more votes than Dean Phillips.
Yeah, I feel bad for Phillips. He tried, but yeah, Phillips, Yeah, Biden did get 87% of the vote. In Maine, he only got 82%. So, yeah, I mean, that's a thing, though. That's 2 years in a row. They did this. You get somebody that gets nearly 80% of the vote or more, and they know this. Like, you're telling me Democrats did not know about the Plattner stuff? Really? They didn't know till after? Bullshit. They knew the entire time.
Oh, they knew completely the whole time.
You know my theory is? You
What?
know, my theory is they were going to try to blackmail him with it so he stays in line. And they begin to realize he's going to lose, and Republicans got access to it. That's my theory. And he refused to drop out, and now they're doing this. So that's my theory for it. I don't know. It just, this whole thing's sketchy. You're telling me that you did all this, allegedly you vetted your candidates and you didn't realize, hey, he has some credible rape allegations. And there's another one that popped up today, I guess. So it just gets worse. We're not even to the Iraq stuff yet. And that's, if that drops and he stays in the race, he's never leaving. But anyways, JB for 10. If Plattner stays in, we could safely move resources to Michigan, New Hampshire, and Georgia. Yeah, if Plattner stays in, Collins wins. It's just, I don't see how Collins loses at this point. I'm trying to figure out a way she does. The only way is that the economy just implodes. Like a 2008 style crash in September. That's the only way that she could possibly lose. And even then, at this point, you're going against Graham Plattner. He's crashing the polling. His fundraising's falling apart. His campaign's canceling events everywhere. The Democrat Party hates him. I don't know. I don't know what they do. Random Polish guy for 5. Effort rap, you run for Wisconsin.
I know what they do.
What?
Graham Plattner could still win if Mike Pence has the courage.
Yeah, it's real. Me in Louisiana, rap in Louisiana, man. Rise the Gen Z Patriots. The right needs real Gen Z Patriots. That's real. Picterius for 10. He should stay in the race. As a member of the Wisconsin GOP, I fully endorse Graham Plattner and endorse him staying in the race. Please stay in. The down ballot effects would be horrendous. Listen, we support him in the primary here. We support Graham Plattner. It's not actually, but in the primary we do. We support him until, what is it, like June 13th at 5 p.m. or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we oppose him. But right now, so hold the line, Plattner, for just a week. Prince Writer for
Graham
5.
Plattner, hold the line. Please hold the line, Graham Plattner.
Yeah.
Save us from Susan Collins. You can definitely win that race.
The thing is, they're so delusional. They actually think that. Because, you know, they're bullshitting themselves. They're coping so hard. They really think this is going to be an establishment versus populist race. And the populists are going to vote for us because reasons. Prince Writer for 5. For reference, snap returnals from last night were Collins plus 11 over Plattner, plus 3 over Mills and Tyler Golden. Yeah, I think Collins are going to win. If Plattner stays in, you may just say safe R at this point. We're getting to that point if it gets that bad.
You remember when I said this is going to be a safe R race?
But I didn't realize the scandals were this bad. And the Democrats would hold on to it.
This was going to be a safe R race.
Yeah. I think you said likely R, but whatever.
Well, I said likely R because you guys were saying, "Oh, it can't be safe R," and I said, "No, it's a safe R race." And I was like, "Fine, whatever, likely R."
American
Nerd... I'm outright saying yes, it was a safe R race.
All right. American Nerd for 2. I feel like eating popcorn watching the shit show in Maine. Yeah, you should, because that's what this is. And now, the only way they get Plattner out of the race, they need him to drop out. There is no other solution for them. They cannot run a third-party candidate because I think that the deadline already passed. So that's off the table.
They can't run a write. The write-in's not going to save them. Janet Mills is not going to be a good candidate for them.
Yeah. So it's like you either have to get Plattner out, which I'm starting to wonder if he may drop out after the fact. But at this point, the way they dropped this scandal on him and they're bailing on him, he may have nothing to lose. Seriously, like what's okay?
It's worth it bears worth repeating for the record, just so everyone here is on the same page. This was not the Republican Party that dropped this scandal.
It was progressives.
These were progressives who were unhappy with him.
Yeah.
The progressives have cannibalized their own candidate here.
And this is a good point.
Like a DSA-backed candidate, too.
Yeah. This is the progressive pick and the progressive turn against them. Like, it is a purity spiral. We're to the point now that Plattner is not good enough for them. I get it, there's other scandals, but these people knew the entire time. They're full of shit. They knew the entire time they had these scandals. And they were making jokes about it. Remember in May what they were saying in early June?
Yeah. I very
They were making
clearly
they were
remember.
making fun of like sexual assault. I'm not even joking. They're like, oh, it's like they make fun of him. I'm not going to repeat what they said, but now it just I can't believe it. But like somebody says in chat, they can't. He may not be able to quit. That's admitting to rape. Yeah, if you quit now, like you lose
Graham
everything.
Plattner is it? Yeah, he is either in a position where he holds on and sabotages the entirety of the race for the Democratic Party there, or he concedes. They run a candidate to save some of their down ballot races, and he basically tacitly admits to, yeah, I raped my ex girlfriend.
Well, there's another scandal. Apparently, there's another shit she did. So I don't know.
Which, by the way, it's really fucking funny that it's like, yeah, I'm voting for the guy who raped me. Like, didn't we just earlier last month have a whole fucking discourse about when you ask your girlfriend to stop talking to the dude who raped her in 2019? Like, didn't
Oh
we
my!
have
I
a whole ass
forgot about
discourse about
that.
that? And now we have this person saying, yeah, my ex boyfriend raped me, but I'm voting for him for Senate because he has the right stance on Palestine.
Gosh,
I
who
I
posted
don't
that? By the way, I forgot who posted that originally.
I don't know what to tell you at that point, brother.
Was that Howling Muted that posted that?
Yes, it was Howling
Of
Mutant.
course.
The funniest fucking person on the site, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that whole like niche of accounts where it's just like all Howling Mutants are just hilarious, but
Oh yeah, the Howling community. The Howling Mutant fandom.
like, and it gets better, like it gets funnier by the day. It is just hilarious. Where do these people come from?
All right,
That's
hold
my
up.
question.
New poll from American Nerd for Five polling.
Oh my gosh.
New Senate poll, Maine. Plattner 52%, Collins 46%. Should Plattner drop out following accusations of sexual assault? Democrats, no 67%. Yes 28%. Republicans, yes 95%. No 3%.
It's obviously a fake
1,000
poll.
likely voters.
It's a
Yeah, no.
yeah, it's
Josh Hawley Stan posted it. I
yeah.
just wanted to
Josh
repeat it
Hawley
on
stands
stream because it's
hilarious,
funny.
but
Yeah, shout out Josh Hawley Stan. I know
he's a
you
good
watch these
guy.
streams.
He's a good guy.
Unlike you.
Picterius for 10. I'm not gonna lie. If Plattner dropped out and the new nominee was Jared Golden, I'd vote for Golden. He's voted only 17% of Democrats in Congress. That's not bad. I'll take Golden over Collins. I hope you're being sarcastic. You probably are. JB for 5. This also hurts Osborne in Nebraska. He and Plattner apparently knew each other. Yeah. So that's the issue here. Like I said, this has a much bigger ripple effect than people think it does. Because now Dan Osborne, the bullshit fake independent in Nebraska, who's just a partisan Dem on what everything except guns.
Everything, literally everything on except Second Amendment, in which case he's a centrist that still supports some regulations.
Yeah. Now it's coming out from townhall.com. This is a reputable source. They're now finding out that this independent candidate was a big reason that Plattner ran for Senate in Maine.
So he absolutely knew.
He knew.
Just for the record.
All these people knew. You see, this is the issue with the whole Plattner stuff. It doesn't just impact Maine. It fucks him over Nebraska. It fucks over. Didn't Tel Rico back Plattner at some point?
Yep.
All these people that directly endorsed him, they said a lot of great things about him. All this garbage that they knew was bullshit.
Isn't it great how isn't it really, really funny how the Democrats nominated a Nazi rapist for office before Republicans after accusing us of running weird candidates? JD Vance is weird.
He's weird.
And now we have that fucking nerd in Nebraska. We have James Talafrico who's saying God is non-binary. I love transgender children, who have both now backed someone who has a Totenkopf tattoo, raped his ex-girlfriend, allegedly raped minors while in brothels in Iraq, and also allegedly sent pictures of his genitals to children on Kick. Like, I'm sorry, they have no more bullshit about the Epstein cast. You have lost every fucking right to ever use that talking point again after this, because every major Senate candidate in these seats that they're hoping that they can pick it up have backed this absolute monster of a fucking person.
Yeah,
Give me a second. I gotta go grab my toenail clippers.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And this is a good point from North Carolina
All
Patriot.
right, like I said, I needed a second. It's on the other side of my room. I'm back. What did I miss?
All right. North Carolina Patriot says, remember, Plattner will not drop out unless his candidate replaces him. That'll fuck over the other candidate hard, as being handpicked by Plattner will be literal political suicide. That's the issue. And I think Plattner's playing games now. He knows that he can take anybody down with him. So you have to does no one see the issue with this? You have to both convince the Democrat Party to pick your candidate, and at the same time, you got to also convince a candidate to accept that pick. That's the issue here. And if they don't pick the Plattner candidate, you know what happens?
Plattner stays in.
Yeah.
Or he drops out and there's no official nominee.
That's the issue. That's why I think people are they don't realize how difficult this really is. But anyways, American Nerd for 2. Platter sounds like a tumor the Democrats can't remove. He is. We can't get rid of the guy.
Correct. He is. Astute observation.
K-Cup for 2. Francisca Hahn endorsed him and hasn't taken it back. Yeah. All these people are that's going to hurt Democrats bad. That they picked this nutcase and they supported him until he didn't. So President Gilbert getting up for 10. Ignore that one of our candidates are good Lord. Ignore that one of our candidates have a rape scandal. Trump and the Republicans are the Epstein class. Trump's a dictator. Vance is weird. Don't worry, nothing to see here. What a joke. Yeah. That is the funny thing about this.
The Epstein class.
Yeah, the Epstein class, everybody. Pectarius for 5. No rap. I'm not being sarcastic, but Golden, I like him a lot. I'll support him. I wouldn't. If he actually became a real independent, sure, but he's not at this point.
He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. Sorry.
Andrew Jones for 2. Imagine Trump using Plattner against Democrats. Republicans already are. They have compilations now of all these people saying, yeah, Plattner's a great guy. He's a working class populist. He's a great Democrat. We support him. They have compilations of this shit. So, the Cowboy for 5. At this point, it's no longer the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party. It's not the Patriotic Party versus the Communist Party. That's real. Real and true.
The Patriots versus the Steelers.
Oh my, shut up. Shut up. Why the Steelers of all teams?
Oh, fucking no, man.
Oh my gosh.
Because they stole the election, I guess.
I don't know. JB for 5. El Saad also participated in a fundraiser with Plattner. He'll take the entire Democrat ticket at this point. Yeah. And I get it. I'm not saying every single voter is going to know about the Plattner stuff, but the more this goes on the bigger a story does become. People know about a little bit of the Plattner stuff. So, Average Sewer Gator for 2. Is Paxton equivalent to Plattner in any way? No. Paxton has scandals, but not to the scale that Plattner does. Just objectively. Paxton has bad scandals, let's be clear about that. But these are not the type that end campaigns. They're the type to, hurt Paxton politically, and he might underperform. He probably will. But it doesn't end a campaign. Underperform. Yeah, he's going to. But it's not this thing that ends his campaign completely. A Mark Robinson style scandal is. And Plattner at this point, he's making Mark Robinson look like an angel.
Yeah, because which is worse? What's worse? I was involved in a racial fetish. I was involved in a fucking website for racially charged fetish content. Or I raped my ex-girlfriend and multiple women in Iraq and sent pictures of my genitals to children, allegedly.
Yeah, that's the big difference. Again, that part is alleged. We don't know for sure, but
that's why I said alleged.
Everything I'm hearing, it's true. So, chances raising for 5. MTG shield for this guy in The View. Vance is how you go on The View as a conservative. MTG isn't. By the way, Never Woke X is such a joke of an account. The last part, I don't know who that is. But yeah, you now have MTG running around and saying Graham Plattner is a patriot and they're only attacking him because of Israel. Same thing with Barnes. Same thing with Barris. Are you fucking... Everything's Israel, Tyrone. Do you know that? You know that
Everything is about Israel. The
you're
Epstein,
telling.
dude. I got in an argument with a dude today at work, and he was like, "Oh, why don't you care much about the Epstein shit?" And I said, "Because it's basically proven that this was just a bunch of fucking prostitutes and whores running around lying to the South Florida criminal courts since 2001, trying to pursue money, and then specific select grifters like Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene picked it up because American society has this deep infatuation with moral purity because being a racist didn't work out. So now everyone has to be accused of being a pedophile. We live in a witch hunt society where one single accusation of a word can tear you down. This was, again, I'll repeat it because I said this when Massey lost. It's easier for Massey to justify going against Trump because the Epstein files and the pedophile class of people more so than I can't vote for the border wall because I subscribe to the Rothbardian Austrian School of Economics, and that means I can't spend money on the federal government. And Marjorie Taylor Greene going against Trump because he refused to endorse her for Senate, rightfully so. So when I was trying to explain this to this dude, he was like, "Yeah, but do you know how many Epstein files were actually released to the public?"
Oh,
And
for fuck's sake!
I said, whichever files weren't burnt to the ground by that Biden admin, all of them. And he said, "Yeah, but like, did you see that in the files? They were talking about cannibalizing children they had just fucked."
Jake
And
Shields
I was,
stuff.
yeah, Jake Shields tier bullshit. And I said, yeah, and the FBI dismissed 95% of those things. So unless that you're saying the FBI is just wholesale and unaccredited institution, which would literally constitute a violent revolution overthrowing the United States government, which I do not advocate for publicly, by the way.
No,
or even privately.
MTG is saying shit like that, but we'll get to that. But yeah, it's just crazy.
But yeah, my point is, like, these people, the people who support this shit, they're fucking crazy. They say the most insane shit imaginable, and when you don't when you don't go along with them and their moral purity spiraling, you get accused of being all these awful things, and it's finally beginning to hit the left and what's happening with them with Graham Plattner, and it's so sad.
The right is starting to move on from it because it's on the right ever since Massey lost. It's been a dead issue completely.
Yeah. Because, no, I just like I said, leftists calling people racists doesn't fucking work anymore. You know what does work though? Calling people pedophiles. But even then, that's starting to fucking lose its value. Like that, it's starting to lose its fucking value because you have these idiot 14-year-olds going around on TikTok recording them sexually. I saw a video a while ago. It's like these fucking 16-year-old wannabe Chris Hansen wannabes were going around saying, "Oh, we begged this pedophile," and they released a video of them beating up a fucking 19-year-old for going out with an 18-year-old. Like, that's not pedophilia.
I know you're talking. I heard about the story. I heard about that.
There are so many psychic casualties in today's media, and you guys just have to make sure that you are capable of filtering it all out. Stay safe, Tyrone says this.
Yeah, but like I said, and this thing really upsets me where they had a chance to actually help actual victims here. And you know what they did instead of helping the actual victims in this case?
Attacked Trump.
They attacked Trump, attacked the Orange Man, and they only cared about what the grifter schizophrenics had to say. There are actual victims that to this day had not once been reached out by Thomas Massey and these people.
Because there is no Thomas Massey list. There is no fucking Epstein pedophile class.
These people
Picarius for 10. Just remember, Rap, the Dem primary in Wisconsin is in August. We are all switching over to vote for Hong in the primary. Don't forget, I don't want to find out what the Crusader Kings 3.
Oh gosh.
But as you were.
That's an inside joke for those that don't know, I like to play CK3 a lot, but yeah.
I kicked his ass, by the way.
Oh my gosh. But yes, that is just a thing that's like disheartening about all of this. There are actual victims here that never had a chance at real justice. And because they didn't go along with the bullshit the schizophrenics were saying, and because they were actual victims, these assholes like Thomas Massey and MTG, they never talk to these people. Never.
It's the same thing. It's, by the way, and I just want to say this because this is also something that's going on with the Charlie Kirk preliminary trial and what came out today with the prosecution releasing the video of Tyler Robinson scouting out UVU campus multiple times in 2 days.
That fucking seals it.
Yeah, which, by the way, that's definitive proof he did. there are a lot of people who are here just to grift. It doesn't matter if it's Massey and Green and Mace and Bobert and whatnot about this, about the Epstein files. Um, Candace Owens, who is legitimately worse than Judas Iscariot at this point, because at least Judas Iscariot had a fucking sense of grief when he betrayed his best fucking friend and Tucker Carlson and all these people. The right has been gripped by these just insane psychic casualties who are just going out and saying the most insane fucking shit imaginable because it generates their clicks. Charlie Kirk, a morally upstanding Christian man who supported positions that have now been mainstreamed in his martyrdom and his death, all shit posting aside, was murdered in front of his wife and children because a dysgenic freak who thought that they were a female even though they had a penis was convinced by his fellow group of dysgenic freaks who wanted to mutilate their genitals that he should go kill somebody. And you have people who are now making profit off of it. People make jokes about it. I agree with John Doyle. People shouldn't be making fun of this shit.
Yeah.
Actual sex abuse victims from the Epstein cabal have gone untestified. People are getting away with this shit. People are benefiting off of the death of Charlie Kirk because we have an issue with grifters who want to spin shit and make personal profit, and that is not acceptable in any capacity. And if you believe Erica Kirk in Israel and Egypt and France and the United States military and Turning Point USA and the beekeepers, all this shit killed Charlie Kirk, if you believe the Epstein files are this big fucking issue that is literally the most important thing to the security and the importance of the republic, please don't watch these streams. At least from me. We don't want you here. Yeah, we don't want you here.
By the way, here's the footage that was released today on the Tyler Robinson case. Again, this is not the official trial. Don't let Candace Owens fool you. This is the preliminary hearings. This is video footage, and obviously you can't see his face really. I get
for the
that.
record, I'm also going to say this. Someone pointed it out. Them saying that they have them saying in the preliminary trial they have footage of him scouting out UVU campus is not the same as them saying they have videographic proof of Tyler Robinson killing Charlie Kirk. That is not the same thing.
It's to establish that he was there. He was doing some suspicious stuff. Like, hey, why was he walking around with a limp? Like he had something in his pants or whatever. I wonder what's going on there. And like he's looking around, like trying to find something. Again, that doesn't prove he killed Kirk or whatever. The point is, it does establish idea that, hey, there's something going on here. There's a bit more. And this is just the start of it. There's now DNA evidence they released today that proved that his DNA was on the gun. It was on the towel. So the point is, though, Candace Owens, though, is still saying, the Israelis did it. They planted his DNA everywhere. Guys,
the beekeepers did it.
The beekeepers. It's Occam's razor. They've broken Occam's razor at this point to infinity. Like it is broken completely. So, and a bunch of super chats catch up too. President Gilmer, giddy up for 5. Don't worry, we can just run Tyrone with the campaign slogan, make everyone a queen. Oh gosh. Daniel Strange for 5. Does Plattner's controversy-free Collins act more pro-MAGA ahead of the midterms? She could vote for a Trump bill with less fear of losing her seat. I would still wait and see what Plattner does. If Plattner stays in, then she can do whatever she wants. But we'll see. President Gilbert, giddy up for 5. These people be like, but guys, Sonic would support Plattner, so we need to.
Oh, Sonic supports trans rights. I say that I know this because I'm a deranged motherfucker who cut his penis off.
Yeah. President Gilbert, giddy up for 10. Overthrowing of a government. This reminds me of how MTG said we need a national divorce of red and blue states. What a joke. It was inevitable that MTG would go down the Epstein grift. Well, remember, she said not pay her taxes. She told people to commit tax fraud and tax evasion. So, and she paid her taxes, by the way. Funny how that works. She tried to get people like in prison for that. But anyways, but yeah, I do want to talk about the Robinson stuff before we get back to their stuff. I think after today, again, it's not 100% that he did. I get that. This video evidence does not show him killing Kirk. No shit. I think it's clear he killed Kirk. What's the excuse now? You have DNA evidence all over the place. You have a guy that looks exactly like him at the place where Kirk got shot at. And wasn't it like days before too he was scouting out the area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're telling me that, and it was his, I think it was his grandfather's gun too. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure.
It was his
So you're
grandfather's gun.
telling me that the beekeepers, they knew how to manipulate everything.
Not
When
just the beekeepers, the state of France, the state of Israel, the state of Egypt, the United States military, half of TPUSA, Erica Kirk, Donald Trump,
the US
all of these
military,
people.
special
The
forces.
U.S. Yeah, Special Forces, United States military.
Oh my gosh, what special force were the guys saying? Like Delta Force, I think it was. It's
Yeah,
like,
fucking Delta Force, bro. It was Delta
you're
Force.
telling me that they needed this many guys to kill one fucking guy? Seriously?
Yes.
Like, I hope
Yeah.
people understand, like, I
How
hate
insane it sounds.
like, guys, Robinson killed them because he thought that Kirk was a right-wing Nazi.
Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk because Tyler Robinson was sleeping with another man and they both thought that they were fucking women. They are sick in the fucking head. They're crazy. If you don't see how Tyler Robinson laughing at Erica Kirk as Erica Kirk is crying over her fucking murdered husband is insane, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you're a fucking schizotypical. Maybe you're a sociopathic. I don't fucking know. But if you can't see that, no, let me fucking rant
sorry
here. I'm
about
gonna
that. Sorry
fucking
about
rant
that.
here because this shit's pissing me the fuck off. I'm so fucking sick. I have been listening to this fucking shit for months. I can't open my Twitter feed without certain people harping on about the fucking Epstein class or the beekeepers or how Charlie. Like, I have a fuck ton of friends who have unfortunately fallen to this shit. It is clear as fucking day. It is clear as fucking day. It is clear as day. Charlie Kirk was killed by Tyler Robinson because Tyler Robinson is a dysgenic fucking leftist freak, and his boyfriend is a dysgenic leftist freak who, by the way, mysteriously disappeared and dropped off the face of the earth
Funny
after
how that
Robinson
works.
committed this murder. Very funny how that works. And he was he was connected to a group that was connected to the people who have now been federally charged, prosecuted, and sentenced for the murder of somebody and the attack at an ICE facility in North Texas, who were connected to another group who were connected to the Chinese and Cuban communist governments. This shit, these are organized leftist terrorist attacks, even if it is loosely described, even if it is loosely associated, if it is even loose association with the John Brown Gun Club or whatever the fuck. These things are connected. These people are in a psychic network of sorts, for a lack of better words, where they genuinely think every right winger is this fascist fucking something or whatever. Charlie Kirk was as center right as you can get until the months leading up to his death. He was as normie as you can get. And the fact that this upstanding Christian man who didn't really do much wrong was murdered in front of his child, his wife, and his children. And his so-called, yeah, exactly, American nerd for two people buy that everything want to be like JFK. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everything needs to be like JFK.
It's
everything needs to be a fucking conspiracy.
Shit.
It's cape shit. Thank you. That's the word. It's cape shit. Because people want to cling on to this idea that if they expose this one big fucking problem, the Republic is saved. We defeated the evil Democrat. No, this is not gonna fucking happen like that. They are a dysgenic fucking group of freaks who want to murder people that disagree with them for saying, you can't cut your fucking genitals off. You can't go cut your fucking cock off, buddy, because you were born a male, and that's not how essential biology works. That is not how chromosomes work. These people are relativists in the most absolute sense. They think nothing fucking matters, and if you dare fucking countersignal them, they will blow your head off. They will have as much glee for killing you and raping your fucking children and family members and killing them as they did Charlie Kirk. And if, my friends, if that is not enough to scare the fuck out of you and make you want to actually defeat these crazy fucking people, then you, oh god,
Yeah,
I don't have words for you that can be said on stream.
Yeah, just
in a positive way.
just
I'm sorry. Go to confession, repent, talk to your pastor, whatever the fuck. Have an honest conversation with someone trusted in your life if you're not religious, because this shit's not acceptable. Go ahead, Rap. I've had
Yeah,
enough.
no, just take a
Let's
quick
read off
breather.
super chat.
Yeah, Chance Drazik for 5. I'm more upset with Tucker than Candace because he bashes TP and Charlie's friends who acted like Erica's friend. That he plays dumb when called out for it. Yeah, Tucker Carlson is a fucking scumbag. All of them are, but Tucker is just a piece of shit. What he did.
Oh man, I spoke way too much. Where's my Arnold? There's my Arnold Palmer. I love Arnold.
Oh gosh, Chance Drazik for 2. Kirk was effective because he was a normie, not a kook. Yeah, he was on a he was a normie. And he was smart. He realized how to actually win, and he wanted to win. He didn't give a shit about, oh, guys, do you know that Trump, he disagrees with us on one issue? We gotta vote Democrat.
Yeah, we missed another one. American Nerd for 10.
Oh,
Unrelated, when I was looking up the 28 Republican primaries and someone declared their candidacy and said it's some writer who wrote the Simpsons joke episode and predicted Trump would be president. Basically, yeah.
I heard about that. Joke. I heard about that. But yeah, so okay. I do got the, this is an important tweet, by the way. This is the Tyler Robinson hearing today. You now have a sergeant with the Utah Department of Public Safety that outlined a document stated and proving that DNA evidence was found on the rifle, towel, and screwdriver, claiming to use the act by Tyler Robinson. Yes, male DNA was obtained from item 7-1. Item 7-1 was interpreted as originating from 2 individuals, one of whom is Twigs, which is his boyfriend. The DNA results from item 7-1 are 1.7 octillion times more likely if Twigs and Tyler Robinson are contributors than if Twigs and an unknown, unrelated person are the contributors. So basically, it tells you that, yeah, this is Robinson's DNA on the fucking rifle and towel. You're going to tell me that, first of all, you notice how they lead off with it being Twigs, his boyfriend? If this was a conspiracy to just get Robinson, why would they mention Twigs at all here? Why? Do people not understand how insane that sounds? So
people don't understand how these things work logistically. That's what it is.
It's like, for this to be completely fake, you would need to say, oh, the only evidence ever found was Robinson everywhere. They're mentioning other people. They're mentioning, yeah, it's 1.7 octillion times more likely that these two, blah, blah, blah. It's not, this is 100% Robinson's DNA. There's no ifs, ands, or about it. This is his DNA. He did it. We have video evidence, and we can't show it. There's none of that. If this was a conspiracy against Robinson, wouldn't they be faking everything to a point that nobody could question it?
A game non-fireman. I already smoke at this point, dude. I don't know if y'all have noticed, my voice has deepened a little bit because I've started smoking.
And by the way,
it's better than alcohol.
And by the way, and this is from Trump Jr., which again, it's Trump Jr. We all know that, but Robinson was on the Utah Valley University campus 4 times between September 10th, 2025 and the early hours on September 11th, 2025. And Robinson was not a student at UVU. So he was there 4 separate times in 2 days, the day that Kirk got shot and after. Walking around, acting suspicious. He's like looking around like he's trying to find something. Guys, at what point does it become 100% clear that Robinson did it?
Well, I mean, and this is something I unironically saw someone say. Are you ready to like have your fucking head melt into your skull?
No.
Rap? There was a dude who I unironically saw say this when responding to the Epstein stuff and the Kirk accusations. I bet you believe the official 9/11 and narrative too. That's the kind of people that these are the kinds of
they're
people
moving the
goalposts.
They're moving the fucking goalposts.
They move the goalposts. They expand what the original task is. They go from it's insane conspiratorialism. That's what it is.
It's cape shit.
Why? It's cape shit because these people have been so fucking, and I'm willing to bet a lot of these people had their political awakenings during the COVID epidemic.
Yeah, they definitely did.
I'm willing to bet that's like people like fucking moron fucking McIntyre, all of these fucking people, they are insane. If they are crazy, they're not to be trusted. They don't understand. the fuck is happening? It's just I don't understand how you can see this. Tyler Robinson is on video on campus 4 times. Here, I'm gonna pull up this Liz Wheeler tweet. I want you to pull it up.
Yeah,
This is
I saw it earlier. Can you pull that up, please?
I retweeted it. Tyler Robinson's on video being on campus 4 times. The report said Kirk's. You read it, please.
This is
my jaw hurts. Holy fucking shit!
This is talking for like. This is just from today. We are at the surface level at this point. This is what was found today. Tyler Robinson's on video on campus 4 times. Medical examiner's report says the cause of Kirk's death was a gunshot wound to the neck. But guys, I thought the mic from Israel that the Egyptians planted killed Kirk. Remember that theory? That it was the mic that blew up? TPUSA turned over HD video footage from their cameras to the shooting to law enforcement. The lead investigator testified that their big tip came when a person, Tyler Robinson, turned himself into Washington County Police. Across to the rooftop is easy, or access to the rooftop is easy. A staircase open to the public and a small guardrail that can be hopped over to gain entry to the gravel rooftop. Yeah, I mean, let me keep going, and I'll talk about that. Defense actually does have access to the state's discovery. They filed 0 motions to compel because they are satisfied with state cooperation on this. No bullet casing on the roof. So what? Bolt action rifles don't auto-reject casings if only 1 shot is fired. The casing was found inside the rifle with 3 other unfired rounds. That's a big deal, by the way. Robinson's laughing in court. What is the defense here? A mass conspiracy of Israel, Egypt, France, the U.S. military, Charlie's former security, Erica Kirk, Kabut Phillips, Kash Patel, the FBI, the ATF, Utah police, the judge, and TPUSA all in on the plot together, only without a shred of evidence implicating any of them. If you believe that, you need to set your phone down, immediately go to confession, pray in humility for wisdom and discernment, and start reading a rigorous curriculum of the classics to train your mind to think rather than be swayed by cultish emotional groupthink. Yeah, and she's 100% right here.
Liz Wheeler, by the way, very smart woman. I recommend everybody here follow her. She's also
I'm surprised I'm not following her. I don't know about that. That's weird. I got her now. Yeah, so wait, she's right here. It's like, wait a second. You're telling me that everything is like so perfect that it's not real. Guys, you're first it was, oh guys, all these mistakes were happening. Like they used the wrong bullet case. Remember that? They used the wrong bullet. It's a bolt action rifle or whatever. Well, turns out, no, they didn't. In fact, the case that was used to kill Kirk was apparently still in the gun that they found. And that's a big deal. That's a huge fucking deal, by the way. Now this shit of, it was a different gun. It was, God, what were they saying was the gun they used?
They were saying it wasn't a 30-06 rifle when it was a 30-06 rifle. By the way, I could say this. 30-06. I'm also going to say this. People who are saying 30-06 would instantly vaporize somebody.
No.
That's... Not only is that so incredibly far from the truth, no, having a cartridge does not magically mean your fucking head's gonna vaporize. 22 long rifle, famous for not being nearly as powerful as other ones, can still fucking blow someone's head off if it's like a particularly if it's like an incendiary round, or it's an explosive round, or it's just shot in the right fucking spot, because the human body is incredibly sensitive to sudden changes in pressure, especially foreign objects entering the body of the penetrative type. No, that's not a sex innuendo. Fuck you, whoever's laughing at that. Anything can happen. If you know where to shoot right, anything can fucking blow up. 22 can bounce around. Anything can bounce around. Anything can fucking happen. 30-06 can bounce around. 30-06 can go straight through, leave a clean hole. 30-06 can blow something up. It's... I'm really struggling with this, because this is something that's important to me. And you guys know why it's important to me. I'm a member of the Army. I'm like literally first line if state-sponsored terror comes back under a Democrat. This shit matters to me because I think about how I want to get involved in politics. Those who know me very well know I have very serious plans within the next 20 years to, at the very least, get involved in state or congressional politics and run for governor. I will be governor of Texas someday within the
Surely.
next 20 or 30 years. Fuck you, I will, and you know that.
Uh,
Um,
anyways, President Gilbert getting up for 5. Keep in mind, these are the same people who say Trump faked his assassination attempt. Yeah, remember that. Daniel Strange for 5. Been doing family ancestry. Turns out the first Strange in America was a, I don't know how you pronounce that, Huguenot who came to the province of Huguenot who came to the province of New York in 1688. First name was also Daniel. Oh, nice.
very cool.
But yeah, so but this whole thing with the Kirk stuff, at some point, people got to realize these people are insane. These people are fucking insane. They're delusional. And most of them, they know they're full of shit, but they don't care because they're making money.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. They're incentivized to make money. They're making money.
Well, the worst of it all was what Alex Jones said today, because this infuriated me the most, because Alex Jones, like he was one of the last few people that hold the line on some stuff, but now he's lost it. Like, for those that don't know, let me just pull it up here. Alex Jones is now claiming, because some schizophrenic went on a show, that Charlie Kirk is still alive. Right here.
Charlie Kirk, yeah. Charlie Kirk is alive in Serbia.
In Serbia?
He's with Tupac right now.
Oh my gosh. So you have Alex Jones now going around and saying that Charlie Kirk is still alive and running TPUSA from the sidelines. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I'm getting so sick and tired of these people. Like, and like somebody brought up in chat. Gee, I wonder why Trump called out Alex Jones and Candace Owens and Tucker. I wonder why. Because they're saying shit like this, guys.
And then he'll shit talk the president's deceased adoptive son, who helped him win the 2024 election with the infrastructure. And then he gets upset when Trump refuses to help him in a fucking federal investigation because
it's a
of
state
Sandy
investigation,
Hook.
by the way.
You are full of shit. Yeah.
Was it a state investigation?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
These
know.
people are insane.
American Order for 6.
These people are insane.
There was no Egyptian plane, no Mossad agent, no beekeeper cultist, and no second shooter in the grassy knoll. It is what the evidence says it was. Yeah. The question I have is, who are these fucking sketchy ass people they were talking to? Because we heard like a week after the fact, we heard like neighbors, these people saying, yeah, like 2 weeks before the shooting occurred.
You know who they are? You know who they are?
Yeah.
What did I just say earlier?
Like,
they are loosely connected to other groups,
yeah,
who, notably, one of them conducted that terrorist attack on an ICE facility earlier.
For those that don't know
year on July 4th,
what I'm referring to, there was a couple neighbors of these two that they said they went to like the New York Post or whatever. And they said, yeah, like 2 weeks before the shooting or like a month before, all these weird people came out in these cars and all this stuff, and they all showed up to this apartment. There's like 50 of them. They were talking for hours, and it sounds like they're out of state plates. They came from like Texas, which funny how that works. One's from Texas.
Texas. What just happened 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Involving a terrorist group in Texas? Rap. What just happened? Tell me.
They got thrown in prison.
You know why?
Because
they were violent and they killed people.
And they committed terrorism.
What do we also know? Rap? We also know that Texas is a major injection point alongside Florida for these Chinese and Cuban Communist Party operatives to enter the country because Biden left the border open for 4 fucking years.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, like, that's a real thing. That's a question that these idiots like Candace Owens, you know how nice it would be if Candace Owens spent overtime investigating that? Or Tucker Carlson? Like, hey, what's up with these suspicious people with Texas license plates weeks after they bombed the freaking ICE facility or whatever? What they bomb ICE facility, right?
Yeah, they bombed it, and then like a month later, they tried to shoot at someone, and it killed an immigrant, 2 immigrants actually.
Yeah, but it's like,
remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. You know how important that would have been if they investigated that, to uncover what the fuck is going on here. Like, wait a second, why are these Texas license plates showing up? That's what they said, by the way. I don't think they might not mention Texas, but they mentioned out of state. And I'm pretty sure there was a Texas thing somewhere. So it's sketchy as hell. That whole thing is sketchy. And none of these people investigated that. Instead, they're investigating the Egyptian bees. The Egyptian beekeepers.
Yeah, we have to investigate the beekeepers because that's what really matters to save our democracy.
Yeah.
Our democracy, by the way. We have to save our democracy.
Let's see here. President Gilbert getting up for 5. How much you want to bet these people shut up as soon as Teller gets convicted? I have a feeling they're gonna be truthers, Robinson truthers, the entire time.
It's these people are worse than leftists. They are literally worse than leftists. You know why they're worse than leftists, Rap? You want to know why?
Tyrone? Enlighten us.
Because leftists will openly celebrate Kirk getting shot and saying, yeah, we don't really fucking care. They're willing to throw Robinson under the table because that's just how that works. Candace Owens is openly defending Tyler Robinson and saying he didn't do nothing, he was a good boy. That is, by all accounts, worse.
Yeah. Notice how all these kooks shilled for Massey. Gee, I wonder why he lost. He was surrounded by lunatics. Yeah. He was surrounded by schizophrenic nutcases. And on the ground, he campaigned as pro-Trump. Online, he was the never Trump, I'm fighting the Epstein class garbage. So
and then as soon as he's running for actual office, he's like, Trump and I agree.
We love each other. We're good friends. We just have disagreements.
Trump and I are good friends. We have disagreements, but we're
brings out the accent.
The same goal.
The nice accent, the nice peaceful guy, like the Southern accent. Oh my gosh!
If you can't see that these people are full of shit, God help you. Honestly.
Yeah, it's bad. And by the way, apparently, people are starting to rally around Plattner. Apparently, oh my gosh, they're gonna fucking keep him around, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Please do it. Let's see. They're gonna act like the Innocent Project and trying to get this guy off until he's executed. And then they'll grift saying the state of Utah executed an innocent man. Yeah, we're getting to that point. They're gonna fucking say that the guy was innocent, even though we have all the evidence pointing that he probably did it. And remember, we're not even to the main shit yet, because you know that the state has stuff against Robinson. This is just the bare bones stuff, and they have DNA evidence. Multiple videos of him walking around for days around the campus, even though he lives in Washington County, which is the other side of the state. That's like a couple hundred miles away. So. America Noted for 2. They have a Lyndon LaRouche mindset, but dumber. Oh gosh.
Yeah, they do have a LaRouchian mindset, but they're even lower IQ.
Oh,
LaRouche was smart, but he was insane.
Yeah, Alex Jones' impression of Ralph Northam. Oh, that's right. That's a perfect one. Yeah, he does an impression of Ralph Northam when he talked about the abortion stuff. I know what you're talking about. It's hilarious. But yeah.
I have retard fatigue, Rap. I have retard fatigue.
Well, are you really surprised with all the people we're dealing with?
Oh, I'm not surprised, but I'm sick of it. And like I said, an innocent man was murdered. An innocent man was murdered. I'm not crying or anything. I'm so fucking sick of this shit, dude. An innocent man was murdered. His kids are going to be able to go see their father get shot at any fucking point in their lives because of the internet. Because he said, you cannot be a real woman if you were born a man and you mutilate your genitals. And a bunch of dysgenic fucking freaks, a bunch of just horrible fucking people went and took his life into their hands and snuffed it out. An entire world. For those who have watched Daredevil season 3, season 1. What's the name of the priest? I forget. He had this beautiful monologue about saving lives and not killing people unless they're criminals or whatever, because that's a world. That is a whole world of people. There is tons of connections. It has consequences. These people don't care. They're willing to forsake everything just to get back at people who spite them. That's the ultimate litmus test for something. The ultimate litmus test for if something is good or bad is, does it promote life? Does it promote the flourishment of life? Does it promote overall good, and does it save and protect more lives than it takes away? There's nothing pro-life about these people. There's nothing redeeming about these people's qualities. They're spiteful, they're ugly. Evil corrupts what is good or benign. Evil does not reproduce. It takes something that is good and corrupts it. These people are corrupted. They are evil. They have wicked, wicked morals and purviews of what is real and what is not. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm against these people because they're fucking disgusting freaks, and they killed a man because he disagreed with them and he just wanted to debate with them. So no, I don't have sympathy for them. I don't have any semblance of remorse for wanting to go after them. And my true opinions would get this stream demonetized on what I think about them.
It's just
just remember, when I go on these rants, when I'm this impassioned, remember, I'm gonna be one of the first fucking people to go after y'all.
Well, yeah, it is awful that we're still dealing with this shit. And again, this should have been an opportunity for the right to unite and realize the enemy is not people that disagree with you on 1% of the issues. No, it's the people that literally say we want you dead. And they celebrated Kirk's death and they're chanting and they're making fun of it.
They're gonna be equally as happy when you die, by the way. They're gonna be just as unceremonious and belittling of you.
Yeah. Tucker acts like Charlie would have agreed with him if he was still alive. Yeah, and this is the thing that irks me the most. Like, Charlie Kirk is what you make him out to be. Everyone has a different Charlie Kirk. Allegedly, he was turning against Israel, even though everyone's saying no, he's still pro-Israel. Allegedly, he was turning on Trump, even though he's publicly was backing Trump. Guys, Charlie Kirk's been backing Trump since day one. He has been one of Trump's biggest supporters this entire time. And you're telling me because they have one disagreement, and even that Trump, people forget, Kirk talked with Trump and everything was fine.
You know,
people forget about that.
Fucking, it was Sam Hyde who said, I give it 2 days before or 2 weeks, sorry. Sam Hyde, after Kirk had died, said, I give it 2 weeks before we start the bullshit infighting again. That was before Sam Hyde really kind of lost his shit, but he was still getting super serious and sober about it. Sam Hyde at his best, really, after Kirk died, in terms of serious hat commentary. And I said, I'm giving it 3 or 4 days at a maximum. It took 3 days for us to what could have been this just massive warrant to go not violate the law, not go do anything insane, but to go and really just ramp up what we were doing. It took less than 96 hours for us to lose sight of that and to go into the infighting, because some people are so shameless and immoral and blinded by their own greed and their pride that they decided to what's the word?
I don't know.
They wanted to profit. They wanted to benefit off of their friend's murder because it helped them make money. It's
remember
sick,
half these people.
It's immoral. These people are wicked. None of this is acceptable in any context whatsoever.
A quick reminder that half these people that say we were best friends with Kirk, half of them is like a day before he got shot, called him an Israeli shill, and then she was thrown in prison. Remember that? Half these fucking people, and now, oh my God, we love Kirk. Fuck you. These are the worst people in society.
I will admit, I didn't care much about Charlie Kirk before he got assassinated.
Well, yeah, I was never
because he was too centrist for me, and I just before Kirk got assassinated, I viewed him as the funny haha meme guy from 2016, where like the memes. You're gonna know the memes I talk about, where like his face is shrunk down to the
Yep.
size of a pea. Like I remember, like he was babyface Kirk. I remember that. That's my impersonation. That was my impression of
Yeah, but
Charlie Kirk.
my opinion of Kirk has gotten better over the years, but I was still never like he was never my
I
top
didn't
guy.
follow him. I didn't follow him as much. I didn't really care. I didn't really give a fuck because he was just pushing people along. That's the extent of it. And then
Did
he
his
took a
job.
bullet. He did it. He took a bullet, and it was revealed. Yeah, nah, he died because dysgenic tranny freaks killed him, and that's it. That was the end. It was brutish. It was short. It was unceremonious. And instead of mourning him, instead of actually going after these people, declaring the DSA terrorist organizations, um, opening up RICO cases, and I still think that they're doing some of
They
this.
still are.
I'm not saying I defended this, by the way. I'm not saying, oh, they're not doing anything. I'm convinced they're doing things, but they didn't really do all that they should have done.
At least in the short
which
term.
I disagree with.
In the short term, they should have.
Yeah, within the short term.
That was my issue. I know that like the Rico stuff. I know that's coming soon. I know that. It's just taking fucking forever. But that's the reality of Rico cases. That's just that's the problem with it. But some of the short term stuff.
It took nearly a whole year for us to get those charges against the Antifa North Texas terrorist cell that bombed that ICE facility. This is going to take a lot longer, which is why it's also important Vance wins, because if a Democrat wins, these things are not done, or if they are done but they're in the middle of processing, they're going to sabotage everything. I don't think you guys understand that. Anything we do right now, they are going to repeal, and they're going to open the border so 30 million more illegals come in. Think about the bullshit we dealt with Biden, and think about what's going to happen if the Dems do that again, but are even more unashamed in going, yeah, we wield the power now. Republicans actually have a backbone now. Fuck every white person. Fuck every Christian. Fuck every morally upstanding person in this country. Fuck you all. Fuck you.
All right. Chair of the American for 5. One of my coworkers are convinced Erica killed Charlie and think Robinson was innocent. I don't understand how they think, but here they are. Yeah, they exist. Barf for 2. Don't forget that Bonnie Patel did nothing. Patel's trying, and he's done a lot more since oh my god, I can't think of his name. Attorney General. What's his fucking name? I forgot his name for a second.
Garland.
No,
no,
not Garland. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
Wait, which
the acting Attorney General?
Todd Blanche.
Todd Blanche, yeah. But yeah,
bro, what the fuck? How did you forget that?
I had a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Dog, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, yeah, Todd Blanche. Oh my god, I was thinking of Bonnie, but no. Kyle for 5. A leftist docs people called Candace Owens has ruined that shit. Okay. Gale Strange for 5. Kirk's last book, Stop in the Nature of God, 2026, is pro-Jew in the sense that he encourages Christians to honor Jewish traditions like the Sabbath. I don't read the book, but yeah, Todd Blanche.
Everyone's repeating Todd Blanche.
I'm sorry. It was Todd something.
You know that scene from Attack of the Clones where Anakin's an idiot while they're all chained up and Obi-Wan says, "Good job."
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, retard.
Oh my gosh. Biden moment. Yeah, it was a Biden moment. But yeah, like the Kirk stuff, guys, he was still fucking pro-Israel. Maybe not to the same extent, but why would they kill, like, the thing is,
Trump's pro-Israel, and he's still putting Netanyahu in his fucking place and saying the bombings will stop, and we're going to cut this bullshit out with antagonizing Iran, and we're going to go for an actual peace deal. Does that not count for anything?
Yeah. But okay. So I think we kind of talked all the main stuff. Did we miss anything? American Nerd for 6.
I can't think of anything else.
By the way, saw something about the Smithsonian teaching anti-American BS. What's going on there? And isn't the Smithsonian under Trump's jurisdiction? I mean, yeah. They're going to do, I don't know what they're doing. They probably are saying, like, America's bad. America's the worst country on earth. Didn't you know that, Tyrone?
Yeah. Okay,
Anyways,
buddy.
so I think it's kind of it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course,